Welcome back to First Listen. This week, we check out Incubus, their latest album, 8. Funny enough, it's their 8th album. Pretty significant in that they haven't released an album in, I think it's 6 years. Their longest time without releasing an album. Man, this one is definitely very interesting. I'm a huge fan of their earlier work. Right after Crow Left of the Murder, I kind of fizzled out with this band, but I did go back and listen to those releases, and they are not as strong as this one. So let's get into this First Listen. This album opens up with No Fun, which is a cool track. It's heavier than I thought they were going to go based on their 2 previous albums, especially based on those. The last one, definitely. But this does have a slowdown in it, and then it kicks back into the heavy gear. It's a cool open. I really like it. It started off the album very nice for me. Let's get into the rest of this. So after a heavy open, first 2 tracks especially there, it goes a little softer with State of Art, which is a cool song. I really like the vibe that it's putting out. This is a sound that we've heard a little bit from this band, and they always do really well with it. Sometimes it's not as well received. I like the song a lot. And this track explores the idea of falling apart, though I'm not really sure what is falling apart, if he's talking about himself or maybe something bigger. Not really sure. Kind of have to look into that one. Still really like the track. Yeah. And then we have Glitter Bomb. Wow, this track went deep. And I don't know who wronged this guy, but man, he made a track about you, and you should feel bad. Wow. Yep. So this album is really reflective, with tracks like Undefeated, which feels like a declaration to me. Yeah. And then some other tracks like Loneliest, which has a lonely vibe. It's very somber and mellow even. A little dark. And then the track Love in a Time of Surveillance. Yeah, that is a different track. And then seemingly out of nowhere, we have Make No Sound in the Digital Forest. That one literally hit me right in the chest. Hit me from nowhere. This is an all-instrumental track. Very bold choice. I'm sure this one is going to resonate with everybody in one way or another, whether it's negative or positive. For me, super positive. I think it's very bold, very risky to put an instrumental track on here, knowing, people might not like it or people might really like it. It's kind of an all over the place issue with this band. A lot of people don't like when they do this, but they like when they do that, and you can't pigeonhole this band. This track is evidence that you cannot pigeonhole this band. They're going to do what they want, and they're going to do it well. And the album finishes out with Throw Out the Map, which has a weird little interlude at the beginning, but turns out to be fitting. This track is a combination of all of the sounds on this whole album pushed into one track. I like it. It's a good finisher. We need more good finishers on albums these days, and this one definitely did not disappoint. So, in case you're curious, I actually like this album. This release serves as a fitting re-entry for this band back into the genre. that they've done so well in. They've been away for quite a while. This is their second long hiatus, and I'm glad they're back. So we've got good vocals, good vibes, good instrumentals. This is a good album. It's good. I like it a lot. I think most people, if you're a fan of Incubus, you'll enjoy this album. I think I'm going to pick this one up and listen to it on repeat. You should do the same. And for those of you out there that think this album needs to be heavier, silly. It doesn't need to be. They can do anything. Let them stay in their gear, whatever it may be. That's going to do it for this first listen. I hope you enjoyed. Hit those comments up down below. I'm curious what you thought about this album. It's an interesting one. Very interesting stuff. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you look forward to some future first listens. This year's going to be interesting. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again here on the 10th Isle.